In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I made a beat with one sound. It's literally just a sequence. I'm going to run through how you find the right sound, and this isn't going to be about like, make your beat simple, make your beat simple. This is just going to be about like making your shit fun. Like, just make shit fun. Don't go into it thinking about a certain genre. I literally went in, made this shit, put some bouncy drums on it, called it a day. I like the way it sounds, do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you guys how I made that. So the first thing that I did is I found this sequence in Vital, stock sequence sound. It's real square pusher hours, and this is what it sounds like by itself. So that's what it sounds like by itself. And that's, as you can see, that's literally the only instrument part on the beat. I don't even think I put it on the master, like there's no effects on it. Yeah, they're like it's chained to the master, but there's no effects on it. I added just a basic clap pattern. See, we went in with like a jerk snare. Just like a nice and simple pattern. Just adding some like lower velocity notes. Like, this is a little tip. If you are going to make a pattern like this, add lower velocity notes. It actually helps out a lot because without the lower velocity notes in this pattern, it kind of just sounds really stale. But then when you add all of the ghost notes, it adds a little bit more bounce, do you know what I mean? Definitely add like silent notes if you're going to be making bouncy snare patterns like that. I added some crashes and chants, so we'll run through those real quick. I have a layered crash for the 808, so whenever the 808 hits, I have a crash hitting at the same time. You guys are probably noticing no hi-hats on this beat. Like, I feel like I wanted to keep it pretty bare, and I felt like adding a hi-hat would have added too much. I wanted you to just be able to hear every sound as it is, and that's it. We got a twerk clap when the 808 hits. I feel like just adds a little bit of energy, you know what I mean? Something about it, like the clap is hitting normal and then you hear that twerk clap hitting, and that just makes you want to move even more, especially with the bouncy snare pattern. And then we got obviously our heavy hitting 808. So for the 808, I boosted it by 4% and I put a EQ on it so it stayed in the sub bass section. Like, I took out the high end and I just made it so it's in the low end. I raised the main level just a little bit and I put a boosted soft clipper on it as well. Blasted the volume, like the velocity volume, and then I also put it up at 105 on the mixer, and I layered it with this crash so it hits even harder. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, and like a little volume automation so the track gets muted, and this is what it sounds like. It's pretty easy to make simple beats, and I've already like talked about that in depth in another video. But the reason I'm showing this beat is there's like missing key elements that a lot of people would have put in, like, there's a missing hi-hat, people probably would have put in a little, maybe a little lead or something like that, you know what I mean? Just like a little bit of ear candy. But you can make a great beat, or I'm not even saying this is great, but you can make a pretty groovy, good sounding beat without all of that stuff in there. I went into this not knowing that I was going to make a jerk beat. I heard that sequence, I was like, wow, that sequence sounds good. It would probably sound good with some jerk drums, and so I put them on. Whenever I would go into a FL, like a FLP, I never say to myself, I'm going to make this today, I'm going to make this today, I'm going to make this today. I always go in there blank. I pick a sound from a VST that I like, lay down maybe some chords, start from there. And if it turns out to be a slower type beat, you make a slow beat. If it turns out to be a fast aggressive jerk beat, then you make that. Yeah, just keep your shit simple. Make sure that you are making what you like. I think anybody could be pretty successful if they just stay true to themselves and make what they like.